Good Thursday morning on this August 28th. We were close again today to record lows. We had that record low yesterday morning at 50. And we do this each weekday. We're going to have Casey along in a moment. Each day, each weekday at 8:30, and we do appreciate it. Now, I'm just doing this for kicks here. The heat index forecast is not going to be a factor. And we had about a 2-week stretch where we were between 100 and 110. So if you're running a cross-country meet today, if you're out there, girls golf teams are out, football, you name it, soccer, the field light temperature's down a little bit from the guidance this morning. A heat index generally only of 82, so it's pretty much going to match the temperature, and that's what you want. On Doppler radar, all the showers are up to the north or to our south and west overall. We do have some showers up in the region, northern Indiana from Lafayette, Fort Wayne, South Bend, Kalamazoo up through Muskegon, and then back south of Chicago, Kankakee and Joliet. And then here's a wider view. We've had some showers. Haven't seen any lightning from about Oxford, Tupelo on the Mississippi side, Fayetteville, Arkansas. Then as you get up to Woodward, Ponca City, Oklahoma, those areas out to our south and west. And then you got some showers from Toronto up to Ottawa in Ontario. Pretty quiet map, but if you're traveling through our regional connections, you'll be in pretty good shape. I'll take some of this full here, and if you're on Facebook, I'll give you a shout out. We're headed for a high of 83. We bounced off a low of 53. Look at the average low. A lot of times we concentrate on that average high is at 65. We've been below this now for about 8 or 9 mornings, and 48 in 1986. Kathy, good morning to you. David, Leslie, good morning to you overall. David, big shout out. And we had 102 in 1936, and we have a couple records on the books from 1986. In 1986, we had a 48, but then we had a minimum high temp of only 70. And I checked, generally it was dry that day back in 1986. I'd like to spend some time on the Almanac page. Here's a look at our August temps. High temps yesterday, a high of 80. There's that 14-day streak, 98. There is a case to be made. Where is the August heat? Well, we've had a parade of cold fronts that have worked on through. We may not be at 90 or above for the remainder of the year. Still can get hot in September, but I'll show you the trends here. Generally, I don't think we'll see anything above 95. However, we'll see how it plays out. And we've had less than 3/4 of an inch in the rain gauge. A dew point of 55. That dew point this morning was at 53. It was up a little bit from yesterday, but it's in the comfortable range. And we're still in the 60s. 61 Evansville. I mentioned our average lows at 65. Sun's been up for a while. And here is the trend. Now, these are the 6 and 10-day outlooks from the Climate Prediction Center. We're going to be overall below normal. You kind of see a sea of blue across our area during that time frame. This takes us from all the way out to September 7th. And precipitation. Now, for the first time in a while, we have some areas that are abnormally dry. Keep in mind, we're getting very close. All the burn bands, Casey mentioned this on 14 News Sunrise, are outside of our viewing area right now. We're kind of getting into burn ban season. Just keep that in mind, that we are going to be guiding above normal, but we've hardly had anything at all here the past few weeks. And we'll stretch it out, the 14-day outlooks, again from the Climate Prediction Center, we are trending below average. This takes us out to covering the 8 and 14-day outlooks up to the 11th of September, and the heat will pound areas up to the west. So that's our jet stream upper level pattern as far as our systems are concerned on the temperature side. So I'm calling this a Thursday weather gem, 82, heat index of 82. So the humidity, it'll feel like the temperature out there, kind of what you would see out west. So if you're working outdoors, delivering the mail today, I put a 10% chance in of a passing shower tomorrow, but the best setup would be across western Kentucky as we go into Friday afternoon, and maybe a small chance as we go into Labor Day during that stretch. So as we go hour by hour, it looks like this. Winds fairly light throughout the day. And I'll run this into Friday. Friday will attract a few clouds during the afternoon. I put in a 10% chance of a passing shower, but mainly across western Kentucky. And then very similar on Saturday. By the way, if you're heading out to football games on Friday night, we've had, in recent years, we've had heat advisories to open up our football season. So we're in good shape concerning Friday night with the pads popping, and then on Sunday, a few clouds here and there. There's a 7-day forecast. I'll grab this. We'll take this full in a moment. So this is a 7-day you'd almost see in mid to late September. There's a look at Labor Day, a high of 84 during that time frame, 81 Tuesday, and then an 85 next Wednesday. Denise, good morning. Jared, where's Jeff? Well, Jeff works at night. Can't work all day long, but he'll be in here. He definitely will do the 9 o'clock stream. So he'll be in a little bit later. And then he had a laugh. He was all right. All right. I love the humor. So Casey will be in along in a moment. She'll have more on the news. Hey, she's going to let you know if there's a Powerball winner. And so So we could, yes. And we'll have more soon. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Byron Douglas kicking things off for us this morning. Of course, you guys know the drill. We're going to do a little forecasting and then pull some top headlines from our morning show. Good morning to everyone. It is August 28th here on our Thursday. I'm Casey Mason. Of course, you may notice I am solo today. Mitch Carter's out gathering some news for us this morning, and he'll be back joining me tomorrow for our streaming show, of course, alongside myself and Byron Douglas tomorrow morning on 14 News Sunrise. And I guess this is what I get for leaving for a couple days, Byron. I have to do this solo now. That's my punishment for taking vacation. You may have noticed I was gone. Maybe you didn't notice. Who knows? But went away for a couple days. I believe I was off Friday and then Monday through Wednesday. Back in action today. That's right. He said he missed me. That makes one of us here. I did miss the station, but man, did it feel nice to be on vacation. Went down to Charleston, South Carolina for a little getaway. And of course, we picked the weekend where there was torrential flooding and downpour our first first day there. So we canoed our way into Charleston, but had some beautiful weather on the tail end of our trip. But yeah, happy to be back. A little rest and relaxation. Had some good food down there. Good time, friendly people, but no place like home here in the tri-state. All right, so let's get to it here. A couple of stories now that we're back in action this morning on 14 News Sunrise. Mitch and I read a couple stories today that I thought would be good to maybe go back over with you guys today, including this big news here. We are talking Powerball. So let me pull up some video for you here. You guys, this is some good news for those of us out there that are hoping to hit it big. We've been following this major lottery news all morning. No one won last night's jackpot. So now the Powerball is almost at $1 billion. Well, right now the jackpot is at $950 million. This is going to be the sixth largest Powerball jackpot in history, and it's actually the highest to not cross the $1 billion mark. So if you win and you take the lump sum option, you're going to walk away with $429 million. That ought to do. And if you want to join in on all the Powerball fun, you will have until Saturday night at 10 o'clock Central Time to partake. Best of luck to you out there. All right, we're going to move on now to another story that we had this morning on our news. We wanted to reshare with you here on our streaming show. This one's about Lily King. So this was over in Hopkins County. The YMCA leaders there, they held a special ribbon cutting for its brand new pool facilities. And of course, they had a very special guest there. Let me pull up this video for you all to get to see here. There we are. There she is, special guest, tri-state native and Olympic gold medalist Lily King, visiting Madisonville, Kentucky to see the completed Badgett Family Aquatic Center there. So the YMCA officials say that this was $2 million renovation, and it included two pools. One of them is actually a 6-lane competition pool. It's equipped with starting blocks and diving boards. You can see some video right now on your screen. Well, the renovation also includes more seating, improved accessibility, and programming for both recreational and competitive swimming. So great expansion there. Of course, Lily King, star arrival there. A lot of folks got the chance to meet her and get the chance to really celebrate an exciting day there in Madisonville. The CEO does say that he hopes this renovated facility will help bring competitive swimming back to the Hopkins County area. And since we are talking about YMCA here, here's another headline I thought would be great to kind of share with you all again here on our streaming show. This one over in Owensboro, where parents and families, they have another chance here for some child care programs in the area. This one is at the YMCA. Officials showed off the facility yesterday, and they've got this new program that's going to offer child care for infants that are up to 6 weeks old and toddlers up to 5 years old. And they say they'll have around 5 new rooms for each of the different group of kids there. Taking a look at some of the facilities now on your screen, officials say they have 38 new open slots for kids to join the program, and it's a project that officials say took a lot of hard work and time. All right, well, the facility will be open to the public. That's going to be starting on September 2nd. Couple headlines there from this morning over on 14 News Sunrise. As I mentioned, usually my co-anchor Mitch Carter joins us, but hey, I left him hanging the past couple days while I was out on vacation. Now this morning he's out grabbing some news content for us, so I said it's all right. It's my turn to hold it down solo here for you, but of course we'll both be back tomorrow with more headlines as well as a weather recap. Speaking of weather, this morning, my goodness, heading in this morning, of course it was a very early day when we get into work here on the Sunrise team, but it was really shocking. I stepped outside and I was like, I'm going to need a jacket because it is chilly out there this morning. I believe it was in the 50s. We're inching our way to 60s possibly. No meteorologist. But yeah, I believe tomorrow morning, kind of similar situation. If you're at the bus stop, you may want to grab a light jacket or a windbreaker to start off your day tomorrow. But overall, it's going to be, as Byron showed you, a pretty beautiful start into our weekend here as we get closer and closer to the weekend. So I believe we're kind of staying in the 80s. It should be reasonable reasonably nice. If you're heading out to any football games or sporting events this weekend, it should kind of feel like fall out there, believe it or not. So I'm ready. I don't know about you guys. We've been talking Fall Fest here at 14 News, so we're looking forward to kicking things off. I believe it's going to be October 10th is the first day of Fall Fest. So kind of feeling like fall is in the air, but you guys know that sometimes it can be tricky. I think this is what they call our false fall. We'll see if it warms up over the next couple weeks, but either way, the weather is going to do what it's going to do. So as I mentioned, I've been out for a couple days. It's good to be back in action, not going anywhere next week. It should be the usual three of us. It'll be Byron, Mitch, and myself in the house. So thanks for going with the flow there. I will see you guys at 11 a.m. for our regularly scheduled newscast. And I do believe our evening team will have another streaming show for you guys around 2:30 this afternoon. Same time, same place tomorrow morning. We'll see you right back here for another CTV stream. Thanks for hanging out with me. And looking at the comments now, I think Byron pretty much got to everybody, so that'll do it for me. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with us. And like I said, we will see you guys right back here tomorrow. And be sure to tune in to 14 News Sunrise Vacation starting tomorrow at 4:30 till 7 a.m. We'll see you guys then.